some mics in, if I can use just my voice. But if you need me to use a mic, then I will. Can you hear me at the back? Raise your hand. Yeah. Yeah, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, that's what I do. Can you hear me over there? Yes. Can you hear me here?
Yes.
Fantastic. In the middle, can you hear me? I'm Kirit Pankhania. We're all family. And I want to say thank you, first of all, to Hitesh Bhai and Riten and all the sponsors, and for all of you coming here on a Saturday evening when most of you, I'm sure, have other commitments. Commitments. You made a commitment today. I'm going to come back to that shortly. I don't have too much time with you, unfortunately, today, but in the time that I have, I hope to give you plenty of value. But I have some ground rules, first of all. If you have a mobile phone, this may already been covered. Please switch it off or put it on stun, as the Americans like to say. Not like Star Trek stun. Good. Secondly, how many people here have a refrigerator or have a fridge at home? Raise your hands. Good. Because what I'm going to cover with you is some ground rules, is participation. What word?
Participation.
Good. Participation means, it's like the refrigerator principle. You only get out what you put in. I have never, ever, ever not gone to the grocery store, not put food in my fridge, open the door, and wow, it's full. Doesn't happen. Same in life. You only get out what you put in. Today, you have invested some money, I'm sure, because you could have been doing something else, perhaps running your business. But more than that, you've invested your time. Investment. I'll come back to that. So when I ask you to give a response, maybe a show of hands, or to say something, please respond. Because this is not for me. I'm not here for my benefit. I'm here for our collective benefit as a community, as a family, as human beings living on this Mother Earth, and what we can do together. Can you hear me at the back there? Yeah. I can't hear you. Can you hear me at the back there? Yeah. Oh, that's better. Right. Namaste. What does namaste mean? We all hear this word, namaste. Namaste. It's become very fashionable in the West for people to say namaste. And most people don't even know what it means. I asked somebody today, well, yesterday I was in New York, running a seminar there for 15,000 people. This morning I had a meeting in Madrid where I'm bringing out leadership training across the universities across Spain. It's a £400 million budget. Not all of it's mine, yet. But there's important things. And I was asking people, what does namaste mean? And they're saying, oh, it just means, hi, have a nice day. Namaste, if you actually get it, it means that the divinity in me honors and respects the divinity in you. And when we recognize each other, there is no separation. We are one. And therefore, if you believe in that principle that we are all connected, and in this global world that we have, something happens in Chernobyl, affects people 5,000 miles away. Global warming here affects people there. If you believe we're all connected, even on an economic level, then you've got to start thinking, what can I do not just for me, but for other people? Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I spent 20 years in the law, set up the most successful litigation law firm in English history. Sold it for a fair amount of money. Whilst I was doing the law, it crossed my mind that we were very successful. And was it because we were just very good-looking lawyers? I'd like to think so, but the answer was a bit more complicated. See, I know we were successful because of the way we looked at things, our thinking, your psychology. Because how you think about something will influence how you feel. And how you feel about something is going to result in the actions you take or you don't take. So your thinking is paramount. One of the things I like doing is fundraising. Not fundraising, fundraising. I.e., you do something for a good cause and you raise a lot of money. Yeah, like jumping out of a plane. You know, hopefully you got the consent of the person. Now, I took the psychology that I had and I said, this is great for me as a lawyer, but is this transferable? Can I share this with other people? So I approached various corporations, Glaxo, Goldman Sachs, people like that, people who are supposed to have a lot of money. Have you heard of Glaxo?
Yes.
Goldman Sachs?
Yes.
Good. And I approached them and I said, look, I know something about inspired leadership. You know, and I think when you have this right psychology, it can impact every part of your life. From your sales to marketing, whatever it is. And they were like, yeah, you know, we know. I said, hang on. Same thing I want to share with you. Empty your cup. You heard many things today and you have heard many things previously. But if your cup is full, here's a glass of water. It's only got so much water. If you want to get more water in that, you have to empty this one first. So watch me. Empty your cup. So if you hear something you've heard before, say thank you very much and come back in tune. Because if you say I already know it, you might just miss something. So I approached Goldman Sachs and other people and I said, look, I know something about success and I'd like to share it with you. And I want to raise a lot of money for a good cause. And they said, well, you know, come and talk to us. And I had a target in my mind of £150,000. And I think that's a pretty large enough target for an individual to raise. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
So I ran various seminars, 12 seminars in a year. Not for the same company, one for Goldman Sachs, one for Marks and Spencer's, one for Boots, one for somebody else. And at the end of 3 months, I said to them, how was it? And they said, we don't know what you did. But you know, we've reached our 12-month target in 3 months. I said, oh really? Very good, interesting. Let's talk again another 3 months. So how's it going for you? I said, we still don't know what you did to us, but everybody's really happy. Nobody wants to leave. We keep winning business. We've become a really happy place. I said, great. I said, can you monetize it? Can you tell me what it's worth to you? They said, yes, we can. If they couldn't, I'd find a good accountant from our community and send it. So they said, yeah, we can monetize it. I said, look, I never told them how much I wanted to raise. So I said, would you mind giving a small percentage of that for a good cause, either a good cause that you have in mind or a good cause I have in mind? Save the Children, Sight Savers, Medicine Sans Frontier, Save International, Great Ormond Street, my pension plan, anything like that. Yeah. And my target was to raise how much?
150.
Fantastic. Well, you know, 12 free seminars, you know, it's a big target to raise, you know, and well, we didn't raise 150,000. We didn't raise 400,000. I didn't raise 600,000. Didn't raise $1 million. I raised 1.4 million pounds from 12 free seminars. So I thought, you know what? Let me fine-tune this. Maybe I was lucky. So I ran some other seminars, and over the years, every year, from a few free seminars that I run for them, this year, well, the year just gone, I raised £2 million for good causes. So you see, I know something about success. But what is success? That's what I talk to you about. See, for me, a big sea change was I was doing all this stuff, but I was working all the hours God gave. So yes, financially very successful. And then I was in a car accident. It wasn't even my fault. I was smashed. And when I was in hospital, the doctors were talking about me. You know what doctors are like? Is there any doctors in the room? Forgive me now. They don't talk to you, they talk about you. And they say, oh, if the poor bugger lives, he'll be in a wheelchair or fed by a tube the rest of his life. And I don't mean to offend anyone, but my exact thoughts at that time were, fuck you. I refuse to accept your opinion on the rest of my life. 48 hours after the accident, I left the hospital. And they were like, it's not possible. With your injuries, it's not possible. Medically, it's not possible. I said, yes, what you think is medically possible and what I believe is possible are two different things. I'm not saying it was easy, it took 4 years to recover. But if I stayed in that environment long enough, I might have accepted their opinion of me. Poor bugger, if he lives, he'll be in a wheelchair. They'd written me off. So I went on. There's a lot more to it. But in a nutshell, I made a conscious decision that I would dedicate the rest of my life to something far beyond myself. I like raising money for good causes, but I'm on a mission to elevate the consciousness of billions. Now you can join me in the mission or you don't have to, but it's a mission. It's a passion. I speak to groups of 5,000, 50 people, 5 people, 15,000. And they pay me very well, and so they should, because it's great value. But it's about changing lives. So when I say we are connected, I mean that absolutely we are connected. There's so many things we can do together. How many people do we have here under the age of 25? Raise your hands if you're under 25. Yeah? I like that. How many people 40 to 50? Okay. How many people have ever procrastinated? Raise your hand now. Don't worry, those of you who will do it later on, I know. What I want to talk to you about is life. The business of life. Okay? You're only on this planet a very short time. And I know there's a few people, they'll say, well, you know, we've got reincarnation, we'll come back. But let's get the job done in this life. What can we do for other people? You see, because at the end of the day, there's only so much garam roti you can eat yourself. So much barfi you can eat yourself. Only so much for the ladvas here. Ladvas you can eat yourself. Careful. But at the end of the day, what's your life about? You see, I've had the privilege of talking to a lot of people when they're near the end of their life. And in this society, and even among Asians particularly now, as we get older, the youngsters say, Dad, Mum, sometimes it can't be helped, but it's become a fashion almost. Well, you know what, thank you for looking after us, raising us, giving us an education. We don't need you anymore. Go and live in this little care home, and we'll visit you once a month. All that, you know, love they've given you, thank you very much. What kind of a human being are you? And you might not realize it till it happens to you. It's for karma. Life. But one of the things I've learned from visiting lots of people in hospitals is they like to write wills and you say, put my name on it. No. You say to them, most people, if you asked them, if you had another 6 months to live, what would you do? And they all come back to, what's the most important word in this word here, if you can see it? This is life. What's the most important word within that? If only I had another 6 months. No one said, I wish I spent more time in the office. Not yet. I might find an old judge, high court judge somewhere, you know, but generally speaking, no. If. And the most important part, or the letter in the word if, is I. I. It's my life. See, how many of you got children? Raise your hand if you've got children. Right? How many of you were children? Raise your hand. Once upon a time. Yeah? Good. And we want to talk about youthfulness. So what is youth? Youthfulness is not a number. It's not about chronology. It's about your psychology. There are some people I know who are in their 20s. And you ask them, let's go and do this. And they go, oh, Kaka, I said, what have you been doing? I've been sleeping. So, you've been sleeping for like a day and a half. I'm catching up. On what? You haven't done anything. Get a life. I know people in their 20s who are tired. I said, what have you done? I said, nothing, I'm just thinking. I said, wow. Yeah. If only Einstein was here now. They're tired from thinking. Incredible. And I know people with the 70s, the 80s, and 90s who still have the get up and go. So remember, youth is not about your chronology. It's about your psychology. It's about your thinking. It's about, if you think you can, if I think I can. See, I say be a Mexican. Don't be a Mexicant. Yeah? Very important. Be an I can person. You get further ahead in your life. Now, what's truly important to you? I ask him, if I had 6 months to go, or another year to go. Well, why do you have to wait till you're in a deathbed? What have you been doing for 60 years? If you have a kid, and the kid's learning to walk. I mean, you've seen children when they're learning to walk, nephews, nieces, Or you, some guys, after a night out in the pub, when they're coming home, crawling home. Yeah? Children, they fall down a few times. And they fall down a few times, not just for a few days, or a few weeks, sometimes not even a few months. You never say to that kid, after the first few days, keeps falling down, give it up, son, you're not a walker. Would you say? Beta, tan awal tu nanti, reva de. Ini disipu halvano. Kaya mandani. Push him a besar tu dane. You would never say it. But what happens in life? As you go through life, you get knockbacks. You get knockbacks because sometimes it is changing, but it hasn't changed completely. You get knockbacks sometimes from family, from friends, from relations, from outsiders. You don't have the right qualifications. You're not tall enough. You're not short enough. You're too big. You're too thin. You're the wrong color. I can't pronounce your name, so I can't give you a job. You get all the knockbacks. And what happens? You go through life and you start settling for. You start saying, "Kay vandane, it doesn't matter. It's all right." And I guarantee you, the day you accept it's all right, your life will be all right. But do you want to have an all right life, or do you want something truly incredible? Would you say to your kid, after you fell down a few times, "It's all right, give it up, kid"? You encourage them. So find your passion. Whatever it is in your life, what is going to make a difference to you in your life? And I'll tell you one thing, for completely free, it's not what you think it is at the moment. You see, at the moment, people are living this, oh well, get some qualifications, go to university, have about, £9,000 a year now, is it? Course fees?
Yeah.
9,000. And the rest, so call it, with maintenance, they call it 20,000. So by the time you leave, you end up with £60,000 of debt, yeah, and no job. And they call that, welcome to your future. Fantastic, isn't it? I can't wait to get started. Right? First of all, wherever you are in your life right now, have a good look at it. Is it meeting all your needs? Is it meeting your financial needs? Is it meeting your health needs? Is it meeting your time needs? See, how many of you are in a relationship? Some people don't want to raise their hand because they're thinking, oh, my dad doesn't know. Some dads are thinking, I better raise my hand, my wife's here. What's going on? Yeah? All of you are in a relationship. You are. With yourself. Well, do you have friends? Do we all have friends? Say yes.
Yes.
Yes? Yes? I can't hear you.
Yes.
I can't hear the back. Raise your hand. You have friends? Yes. If you don't, we're not going to be your friend either. If your friend had a problem, would you give your friend good advice? Yes or no?
Yes.
So when these days someone has a problem, you normally go up to them and say, "Yeah, don't worry, I can help you with this, and it's going to be all right." You give them himmat, you give them support, you give them willpower. You say, "It's going to be all right, I'm with you." But when you have a problem, what's your self-talk like to yourself? How are you talking to yourself? It's normally, "Shit, freaking useless. I could have done better. I let myself down. I let my family down. I let my friends down." You beat yourself up. And because we're professionals, we beat ourselves up properly. So start, there's a knockout. Get up again. No, that wasn't enough pain. Boom! One more time, yeah? So your relationship with yourself is the most important thing. Because if you don't have a good, and when I say your relationship with yourself, no, I won't. I was going to say something that I said in seminar. Oh yeah? No. I'm not talking about you gentlemen, having saying, "I want a good relationship with myself, not going to take in the bathroom with a bunch of tissues." That's not the relationship I'm talking about. I'm talking about all kinds of relationships. Your relationship with money, your relationship with your family, with your friends, with other people. And if you start looking at how you are talking to yourself and how you are talking to other people, you'll have a wake-up call. Because you'll find most of you, at some point in your life, or some part of your day, you're a nightmare. Stop. If you want to make the world a better place, Mahatma Gandhi said, you have to be the change. You have to be the change. There's no point saying, "Oh, my kaka doesn't talk to me, sod him." And he's saying there, "Oh, he doesn't talk to me, sod him." Nothing's going to happen. We have got too much fragmentation in our community. We don't need any more. When the British came to India, I'm not knocking the British, this is our home. Masters of divide and rule. What are we doing to ourselves? Oh, you're an Indian. Oh, you're a Sikh. You're a Jat. You're this. You're a Patel. You're 27th Gam Patel. 23rd Gam Patel. Oh, you're a Patel. You're a Ladwa. You're this. No, you're this Ladwa. You're this Pankhania. You know what? End of the day, we're all connected. We bleed the same. Zig Ziglar. Who's heard of Zig Ziglar? Anyone heard of Zig Ziglar? Great motivational speaker. He said, you can have anything you want, if you help enough people get what they want. So it's time to become less selfish about what you have and ask people what they want. Today, I want you, when you leave here tonight, I want you to really, when I said tonight, tomorrow, but not beyond that, because no one's seen beyond tomorrow. We live our lives like we'll live forever, but you don't know what's going to happen. How do I know? I had a very close reminder. In December, about 8 years ago, someone smashed me in the front. In December, I was parked. I wasn't even driving. I was parked. Some lunatic smashed me in the back, put me in hospital. So I'm just thinking now, you know what? 8 years ago, I was stationary in a car, got hit in the front. December, I was stationary in a car, got hit in the back. So now, if you ever see me on the road, I'm in the car, but the car might be parked, but I'm still moving. And my abs are amazing now, because I'm always moving. You know? So when I knock out punch, I got it. I want you to really take a look at where are you and where do you want to be. Importantly, what's your eulogy going to be? What's your eulogy going to be? Do you know what eulogy is? Anybody not know what a eulogy is? Raise your hand if you don't know. Right, you know one day we're going to pass away. Some people in the back have already passed away. Hello, are you there? Yes. All of you, are you there?
Yes!
Good. One day you're going to pass away, and the eulogy is when someone comes along to the stand above it, and then they say nice things about you. It's not normal or polite to say bad things about someone who's just died. Yeah? They normally say nice things about you. What do you want someone to be saying about you that is exceptional? Because you've got this Manusha Jivan. This is a gift. This human life is a gift. You've gone through, if you believe in Hinduism or spiritualism, whatever it is, you've got an incredible gift. But because you got it for free, you don't value it. I guarantee if you had a Ferrari parked outside, you'd be out there washing it. You'd be putting in super fuel. Yeah? Not just fuel, super fuel. You'll be looking after it. You'll be giving it an MOT every week. A service. What are you doing to yourself? How many of you, what kind of food are you eating? What kind of nutrition are you taking? How do you talk to yourself? Because you've got this life for free, you don't value it enough. So I'd like you to think about it. And really, sit down. If you take the time, it will change your life. If you don't, it doesn't matter. It's your life, not mine. If you sit down and really think that if there were no limits on what I could do with my life, and your life begins when you choose. If there were no limits on my life, who would I be? What could I do? What would I contribute? Who would I be? What could I do? What would I contribute? And then write it down. Write it down and commit to it. And then you can reverse engineer it. So you say, well, I want to raise £1 million for orphan children. That's one of the things I want to be remembered for. So you say, well, I reckon I will live another 30 years. So by 15 years, I've got to raise this much. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Then you can reverse engineer it. It's called sat-nav. Who's got a sat-nav? You got sat-nav? Yes?
Yes.
Right. What does sat-nav need to know? Where you are and where you want to be.
Yeah.
I think Ritan Bhai, he was talking about where we come from, which is fantastic. If you don't know where you've been, how do you know where you're going? But most people don't even know that. So find out where you are, where you want to go, and you can reverse engineer it. It's not rocket science. Most people have no idea. They get up in the morning and they go, oh, it's Tuesday. Or if it's one of my cousins, it's any day of the week, because he's been tired from thinking. Yeah? Yeah? Seriously, I kid you not. Write down, and I mean, write it down. People are bloody lazy. Oh, I don't want to write it down. I remember it all. Bollocks, you can't remember your name after you had 6 pints. You get home, you say, hi honey, and you say, this is not my house. That's when I get the phone call. I say, I was tired of bailing out people, so I sold the law firm. What I'm saying, write it down. Anything important, write it down. And look at what you want your life to be. Because I promise you, there's power in writing it down. If you don't know where you want to go, any road will do. And you are worth much more than that. Networking. You know what? If you want to get somewhere in life, you can do it on your own, but it's hard. So when you know how you want your life to be, and you've got this plan now, this is what I want to do, then you'll work out, well, I need to know these people and I need to get this advice. You start working out who you need to connect with. And right now is a great group of people you should be connecting with. But most people, we're going on a bit, but I'll wrap it up shortly. Most people network like this. It's like, hi, what's your name?
Vishal.
Vishal, and Vishal, what do you do? What do you do, Vishal? What do you do? You're in a business. Okay. What sort of business is it?
Food business.
Food business. That's not interesting. See you. Bollocks! Vishal, how do you do?
Not bad. How do you?
You're really good. What kind of business are you?
Food.
What kind of food are you?
Frozen food.
Get to engage with them, talk to them, look at them, eye contact. Most people are like, oh, I want to talk to that person. Oh, talk to that girl over there. Quick, get out of the way, get out of the way, you know? Seriously, am I telling you the truth or the truth?
No, it's the truth.
Truth, yeah? How you do one thing is how you do everything. Today I had a hell of a challenge to get here. Yeah? So New York, then Madrid, then the Piccadilly line wasn't working. That was the bummer. Yeah? And then I was coming back, and then the M3 was, you know, oh. But I made a commitment. I said at the beginning, commitment. Commitment means you keep going. You keep going because it's important to you. Now you might say, well, I don't know what's important to me. Well, bloody hell, write the eulogy. Write your eulogy now so you can change it. Because right now, what will they say about you? If you know where you want to go, you can do something. Because you have incredible power. Incredible. If you are prepared, most people, they say, I have a dream. Yes, but you've got to get off your ass, wake up, and do something about it. And ask. When you know what to do, ask. Network. Network with people. And there's 2 questions I'm going to give to you for free. They're worth £1 million. Because people who actually adopted this have made £1 million in under a year. The 2 most important questions in networking. Who would like to know what they are? Anybody?
Yes.
Anybody?
Yes.
Okay. Come and see me afterwards. Nice. Huh? The first question is ask someone when you meet them, what project or projects are you currently working on? And secondly, how can I help you? What project or projects are you currently working on? And secondly, how can I help you? Most people want to go there, oh, you know what, I'm the most friggin' fantastic accountant in the world. I can do anything. Bollocks, they don't know you. I'm a personal trainer to the planet. Great. Ask, engage with people, rapport. When you met your partner, you didn't go along to her or him and say, hi, I'm great, I'm fantastic, I'm this, I'm that. You went along and said, hi, honey. Oh, I don't know. You got beautiful eyes. You got such lovely hair. What do you do? How are you? Oh, where do you live? Oh, what are your hobbies? All about her. And what happened? You ended up with her, didn't you? Try that for your networking, maybe. Try that one for size. I'm not saying try and seduce every person you meet. I'm saying get interested in somebody else. Because when you network properly, what are you doing? What did I say to you in the beginning? Together we can make a huge difference on this planet. We've come a long way, we've lost our way in some direction. There's a lot more we can recover, and a lot of things, some things we had to let go, some things we're picking up. And what I'm saying is, in 3 more generations from now, we'll just be Kumbhars, and that's it. What's Kumbhar? Oh, it's this ancient tribe that came from Gujarat sometime. Oh, that's with Indians. Yes, but better looking. Yeah? 3 generations. But more than that. Right now we hold this world in our hands. It's on the cusp. There are so many problems going on in the world. And if you do bugger all, next generation after that, when the pollution is so high, and people are wearing smoke masks, and millions are starving, your kids are going to look back and they're going to say, you bastard. When you had the world in your hands, you dropped the ball. Don't let that be your karma. You have an opportunity to make a difference. Find something that you would do for free. You want to be inspired? Find something that you would do for free that helps the many. Find something you would do for free that helps the many. And I promise you, you find something you would do for free that helps the many, the money will come. The fame will come. The balance of life will come. This is about, see, most people are in busyness. They're not in business, they're in busyness. 1 minute left. They're in busyness. Oh, I'm working 16 hours in the shop. Was that your dream, Dad? Oh, well, not really, no. Oh, I'm in so many meetings every single day, I don't have a chance to say I love you to my wife. I don't have a chance to see my kids grow up because, you know what? Dad, why don't you go home? Because I'm earning money for you. But Dad, I've got enough. No, son, there's never enough. There's enough for everyone. And stop being so busy. I've said to people many times, write the eulogy. Take you 10 minutes, write your eulogy. I don't have the time. I said, when are you going to do it? When you're dead? Find 10 minutes. If you can't find 10 minutes for your own life, then bloody hell, you've got a bigger problem. If you can't find 10 minutes to look at how you want your life to be, and how you can change it, and ask for help, then bloody hell, you don't forget about your mortgage or your commercial mortgage or your next takeover transaction. You have missed the meaning of life. Find something you would do for free that serves the many, and the money will come. Ask people for help. When you network, ask them those two questions and mean it. And when you say to someone, I'm here to serve you and help you, bloody well mean it, because your word should be your bond. We're a community. Hitesh Bhai and Ritan Bhai and everyone, and all the sponsors have come together to create a chance for us before we lose it all. We have accountants and doctors and lawyers and students and all kinds of connections within our own community. I'm just saying, if someone is a good optician and the only optician you know is an idiot, don't send him there. But what I'm saying is, if he's good, send him. We talk about the Swaminarayan community, we talk about the Oshawa community, we talk about the Jewish community, right? No one talks about us except to say, those useless lot. I tell you, I kid you not. Kumbhars, yeah. If you know your history, you realize where we come from. Something to be proud of. But you can write the history for yourself and for the generations to come. So one day they will look back and they will say, thank you, because of my father, or his mother, the world is a better place today. So remember, this is not about business. This is about the business of life. I'm Kirit Pankhania. Thank you very, very much.